Hey YouTube, this is Old Guitar Dude, and I'm going to be doing a different type of video today. This one's going to be a comparison of two very popular budget microphones, the APEX435b and the MXL990. Both microphones come with a shock mount and maybe a couple other accessories and can generally be found for under $100. Both mics have very good reviews on both Amazon, YouTube, various other websites. And the thing with these two mics is when I was looking up comparisons for myself, I've always seen either one of these mics being compared to much more expensive mics or other types of mics, but I've never seen or heard them compared with each other. So I figured, why not do one of my own little videos? So this is going to be a short comparison between the two, since I haven't seen anything else comparing them. And I hope that if you're looking for a budget microphone for yourself, that it helps you out. A little note to make before I go any further is, well, first of all, I am currently speaking through the APEX435b, and both of these mics are going through a Behringer 204 HD USB audio interface, and then those are going straight into Reaper. I have no special EQ, no compression, no effects going into these mics. So what you're getting is raw from the mic. The only thing that I did do was bump up the master a little bit to make sure that both mics came in clearly, nice and loud. And I'm also using the respective shock mounts that they both came with. And also, I found two pop filters. These are metal mesh pop filters that were rather inexpensive, made by Newer on Amazon. They came in a 2-pack, and I thought that would be great, again, to keep things level between the two mics so that I didn't have any possible audio differences from using two different types of pop filters for these. I guess it makes a good test on these pop filters also, because they were actually rather cheap for a set of two. Now, going on to the actual comparison, I am speaking right now through the APEX435b. I got this because I wanted to start doing a few more voiceover type videos, possibly like Let's Plays, things like that, or gear reviews where I'm going to be doing a lot more talking. So I thought it'd be handy to get myself a nice new microphone. Now this is the APEX, again, APEX435b wide diaphragm condenser. Now we'll take a look at some of the features and specifications. It's a compact, high-performance FET condenser microphone with a cardioid polar pattern, 32mm gold sputtered diaphragm, solid machine base? It might be a typo. Body. Internally switched high-pass filter, which I haven't messed with. Excuse me here. They say it's ideal for studio and live sound applications. Rugged shock mount, windsock, and carry case included. And here are the specifications. You have a 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz frequency response. You got the sensitivity, your impedance, equivalent noise level. Some of this stuff, I admit, is going to go over my head, so I'm sorry if I don't explain every specifications or every spec, because again, I'm still learning. A lot of this is still new to me. So hopefully I'll learn more as time goes on, and I'll be able to explain a little bit more. But it is what it is. Anyway, you got power requirement. Oh yeah, both of these mics do require phantom power. So you'll want to get the most out of these mics, you'll want to run them through some type of audio interface, whether it's like the Behringer 204 HD that I have, or like a Presonus, there are various other audio interfaces. But they are going to require phantom power in order to function. Dimensions you got there, the weight. The APEX435b is 13 ounces, not very heavy. Again, these are the accessories that it comes with: a shock mount, foam windsock, nylon bag, and this one is the 435b. This is the mic that you can see is hanging upside down. And now what I'm going to do, if I can do this without too much of a problem, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the MXL990. Okay, and here we are. This is the MXL990, another very popular budget microphone. Can be had for under $100. Let's change the screen here. There we go. Really good reviews on this one. Widely used. I've probably seen and heard about this mic more often than, at least in the budget realm, than any other mic. Now, I got this mic actually probably about 10 years ago, a very long time ago. And I figured at that time, I got it at a pawn shop. It didn't come with, at the time that I got it, it didn't come with a shock mount because, again, it was a pawn shop purchase. It came with some other handheld vocal mic and a case. But yeah, 10 years ago, and I have no idea how long the original owner had it. It looked like it was still in relatively good condition, just needed a little cleaning up on the outside, and that was it. And I got it with, I don't actually even know why I got it, because I wasn't doing all that much in recording. I was going to start doing, I was thinking of starting doing some YouTube videos. Never really went anywhere. And so this found itself thrown into a box. And then I thought I had lost it. And that's why I got the APEX435b. And then just recently, I found it and dusted it off, tested it out, and found that it was still working fine. So I got it. I went ahead and ordered a replacement shock mount for it. And then here we are. This is actually my first time using the MXL990 in a recording, simply because, like I said, I thought I'd lost it and just got the shock mount today, actually. Now, if we look here, 6-micron gold sputtered diaphragm, cardioid polar pattern. This one has a frequency response of 30 hertz to 20 kilohertz. And a vintage body style with champagne finish. It's also a FET preamp with balanced output. If we look here at the specs, there's the frequency response again. And like I said before, this one requires phantom power. They both do. Now, if we look at back to the Apex specifications, we can see the differences. If I understand correctly, the Apex seems to have a wider, just barely wider frequency response, and higher max SPL. And the most interesting to me, the most noticeable difference between the two, we'll go back to the MXL990, is the weight. The MXL990 weighs a ton. It's almost twice the weight of the APEX435b. But as far as durability, ruggedness, I mean, this has got tossed in a box. I have no idea how the original owner handled it, and then it sat for another 10 years. And here we are, recording with it for the first time. Now, because of the weight, I have this on a desktop type mic stand, and it's so heavy that if I extend the arm of the mic stand too far, the mic will actually tip this over. And this mic stand for a desktop stand is pretty weighty. So if you go with the MXL990, you'll want to make sure you have a nice stand with a very strong or very weighty base to it. Otherwise, it's going to tip over rather easily. The APEX435 I have on one of those adjustable mic booms or mic arms that are clamped to my desk. I'm not sure how the MXL990 will fare on that arm. I haven't tried it. But since I got the Apex already on that boom arm, I figured I'm not going to bother with it. If I use the MXL, I'll just stick with the desktop stand. But anyway, again, I'm speaking through the MXL990 this time. And then I'll switch back over to the 435 real quick. Again, there's the specs for the MXL990. Get a little more detail on the frequency curve and polar pattern for that one. And then I'll go ahead and switch back to the APEX435. Okay, and here we are back with the APEX435. Again, those are the specs. Now, this comparison is just going to be with my speaking voice. I've got other mics that I use for recording for miking up my amp. So these are going to be strictly used for just talking pieces, voiceovers, things like that. So I'm not going to be running any music through them or anything like that since I have the other mics. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And again, this is a first for me, so if there's anything that you wish I had touched upon in the video, again, please let me know in the comments below. I haven't seen these mics compared with each other, so I thought I'd just do this little video to, well, I guess you could say fill that void. And I hope you were able to gather what information you might have needed to make a choice between these two if you were looking at either of these two mics to purchase for your own recordings. And I will see you guys in the next video. You guys have a good one. Take care.